All right, guys, let's do this. We're going live, baby. Going live in 3 and 2 and boom, we are live. I'm here in the cardiac care recovery unit because it's the one of the only places of the hospital that I could get a free moment and get some peace and quiet so we can talk about an extremely important topic that I get questions about every day, and something that I feel as dads and as men we need to start finding better ways to shred fat, okay? Because when we start getting this these love handles and getting this fat around our waistline, we start feeling like crap, It sets us up for chronic illnesses, chronic conditions, sets us up for diabetes. It takes away decreases our libido, and as men, we need a libido. We need to be energized. We want to be ripped. We want to be able to take our shirts off, right, dads? Right, guys? We want our significant other, man, woman, wife, girlfriend, whatever. You want to be able to take your shirt off and feel comfortable. I mean, that's something that we all need, and we want to feel confident. We want to feel healthy, energetic. So for many, many years, I've found it the utmost importance to find ways to burn fat. And you can't be perfect with all of these, but if we can take a little bit and incorporate some of these, it'll make a drastic difference. It's not about being perfect. Perfect is the enemy of good. It's about making changes that are consistent, and you've got to actually put some discipline behind it, because motivation is just not enough. But you got to do it for yourself. You got to do it for your family, and we need to stick together as dads. So I'm gonna give about 11, but it may be freaking 15 by the time we're done with this talk. But we're gonna do it in 2 parts, because I know guys' attention spans, especially at this time, they're not that fantastic. So number 1, I think it is important, and I've found that I and my clients get the best results and burn fat, shred fat, when they incorporate 3 things into every single meal. So number 1, you gotta have some fiber. You gotta have some green leafy vegetables. You gotta have some greens, okay? Also, you need protein at every meal. It doesn't need to be a ton. A lot of people think you need 1 gram for every body pound, but we've debunked that myth a long time ago. You need about 0.6 to 0.8 grams of protein per body weight you have, unless you're, significantly overweight, but you need about 0.8. That's what I go with. So, we all go with portion sizes. We don't weigh food. We don't count calories. We don't do that stuff. But if you just get a couple palmfuls of protein in each meal. Also, we need healthy fats. Healthy fats don't make us fat, especially when we're doing the healthy fats from wild-caught fish, coconut oil, things of that nature. So every meal, fiber, protein, healthy fats, and also we got to incorporate some phytonutrients into our diet, the green leafy vegetables, all of that stuff, your kale, and it's also important, if you're going to have like a protein shake, put a scoop of greens in that. That'll give you some homeostasis in your bowel so that your gut can perform and be more balanced. So also, there's a couple herbs that we can add to our foods, our smoothies. Number 1, turmeric. We've talked about that. Number 2, cayenne. Number 3, ginger. Number 4, cinnamon. You can add these herbs to your smoothies and to some of your foods to help activate and freaking catapult your fat burning process, okay? So number 1 is we need to incorporate fat burning foods and eat fiber, protein, and healthy fats at every meal. Number 2, had a couple guys message me last night, they're struggling with this, is gotta leave the sugar and the grains alone. Sugar is poison. The grains, they're not serving us, okay? Sugar and grains. And breads, pastas, we don't need this stuff. It is going to take some discipline. But too many carbs of this sorts, it's gonna give you that fat around the midsection that you don't want. Trust me. Number 3, something, we can't just pile our plates full of a ton of food, even if it is, you're gonna put 3 pieces of chicken. You gotta be more mindful when you're eating, okay? And you also have to incorporate the quality of food. Organic food is much better than the stuff pumped with hormones, steroids, antibiotics, things like that. We have to cut out the processed foods. We have to do this. It's killing us. It's poisoning our bodies. And also portion control, like I just said. Portion size, portion control. You don't need to get the scales out, but I do have a method that I incorporate with all my clients where it is, we use the dynamics and the portion size of our hands for each different macro, for fats, carbs, if we do have some protein and green leafy vegetables. Number 4 is incorporate intermittent fasting into your diet somehow. I've done many talks on this. What I'll do is link a YouTube video for intermittent fasting down below, so you can check that out. Intermittent fasting, I do it about 3 times a week because my schedule is so crazy and I'm staying awake some nights doing the madman thing, but it is so good for your system. It allows us, gives us anti-aging effects, helps us to burn that extra fat, actually increases testosterone and growth hormone levels, which as men, we need that. But essentially intermittent fasting is when you skip breakfast, you make your eating window much smaller. So for instance, if a guy goes to sleep at 10 o'clock, he wakes up, he has some water, he can have some coffee, but he basically skips breakfast and doesn't have his first meal until noon or 1. And then his eating window is from noon or 1 until 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Revs up the metabolism, and you actually, a lot of people think, oh, I'm gonna burn my muscle that I work so hard for, but the reality is, it is not going to burn your muscle. You're not going to lose muscle, trust me. Unless you're a bodybuilder and you're trying to win Mr. Olympia. But as dads, those days are over. We just need to be shredded, feel good, have a good libido, and feel confident and energetic. So, number 5, in the form of workouts, let's talk about HIIT training. I think I talked about this all the time. These marathon workouts are not benefiting us. Okay, we need to keep the workouts shorter, more intense, and incorporate some kind of weight training. So if you're going to do, cardio, go run sprints, do burst training, Tabata training, do some HIIT cardio, and then make your workouts. Don't do these bodybuilder workouts and these bro splits. That's the dinosaur ages. We need to get in the gym, out of the gym, get our workouts in so we can go back and be dads and men and grow our empires and have our family and be dads, okay? So incorporate your HIIT training. And then number 6, we'll end with this one today because my attention span, I don't want to sit here and watch a video, but we'll kind of chunk this up so we can get a little bit each day, is we have to reduce our stress. As guys, we want to take the world on our shoulder. We want to be like Atlas and have the world on our shoulders, but we have to find ways to reduce stress. When we have high stress levels, that increases our cortisol. I'm sure all of you have heard of cortisol. It is not good to have excess cortisol. And when you have excess cortisol, you have decreased growth hormone, decreased testosterone, and low melatonin levels, which are bad. So when you get that circus of hormones out of whack, nothing good is going to happen. You're not going to burn that fat. You're going to feel stressed out. You're going to not have that energy. Your libido is going to suck, and then the whole cycle starts over. And we're trying to find new ways, better ways. We can't be perfect, but those are the first 6 in a 2-part series on ways to burn belly fat and burn fat. So there you have it. If you like this, if this resonates with you, like it, share it. The whole point of this, guys, is to help men feel better. We deserve to feel strong. We deserve to have the energy levels and the libido, and we deserve to feel like men. And I'm here to spread good information and to leave this world a better place, and to give you tools and good information so that you can live the best life you can. So it's all about living the peak and optimal version of ourselves. If you're interested, you can also crush that link below. The Ultimate Dad Bod is out, and we are thriving. These guys are getting wicked, crazy results. And what's great is I hold them accountable, follow them, track their progress every day, get them to send me meals so I can keep them, I can be with them through the entire process. So love you guys. We will be back tomorrow with part 2. And any questions, shoot me a message. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.